Hola, hola, ¿cómo estamos? Buenos días, gente linda, gente hermosa. Estoy súper emocionada de estar acá con ustedes. La semana pasada me di, eh, me di feriado, pero pues ya estoy por aquí al 120. Pues hola, mi querida Dora hermosa, ¿cómo estás? Todas las personas que van entrando, ayúdennos a compartir, por favor. Ayúdenos a compartir y denme un segundo. Y no olvides seguirnos en las redes, en Instagram como @FRIDARS Institute, en Facebook como FRIDARS Institute, en YouTube, FRIDARS, en Facebook, la página de la fundación, FRIDARS Women Foundation. No olvides seguirnos, darnos like y compartir. So, today we are going to keep reading our awesome book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Why? Because if you want to be successful, guess what? You have to stop being yourself, and you have to be like like the animal, the chameleon. You have to be like that. You have to be changing. You have to be transforming. You have to be you have to stretch yourself. I love that. Let me see. Okay, so we are going to start. So the creation of reality. Energy response to mindful attention. Consider again that old school toothpick and a stereoform ball model of how atoms were constructed. Back then, we weren't willing to believe that electrons orbited about the nucleus like planets around the sun. If so, we could pinpoint their location, couldn't we? So for the people who comes from the first time, I just want to say that my first language is Spanish, not English. So to me, this is a challenge too, but I think it's important to do the things like scare you the most. So we live here in the United States, so I think it's like very important for us to cultivate. And how are we gonna grow if we don't do the things like maybe scare us the most? So that's what I'm here reading in Spanish. I'm not gonna lie. Some days I think, oh my God, that's crazy. I should just give up. Exactly. Always transforming, always evolving. I love that. Like the plants, right? My dear Dora. Let me see. The answer is yes, in a manner of speaking, but the reason is not at all what we used to think. What quantum physics discovered was the person observing or measuring the tiny particles that make up atoms affects the behavior of energy and matter. Quantum experiments demonstrate that electrons exist simultaneously in an infinite array of possibilities. Oh, wait a second, I forgot to. So for the people who's coming here for the first time, so this book is not a science book, but what he's explaining is like for you to understand how the world works, you have to understand how the tiny things in the world works. That's why he's speaking about the atom and about how it works, about what type of energy it has, positive energy, negative energy. So that's why we are talking science things, because it is important for us to understand how the little thing works so we can understand how the big picture works. Thank you for being here. Bienvenidas, gracias por estar acá. Quantum experience demonstrated that electrons exist simultaneously in an infinite array of possibilities or probabilities. I love this word, possibilities. I think that word, it really makes you rich. Possibilities or probabilities. Why? Because it makes you think. In an invisible field of energy, but only when an observer focuses attention on any location of any one electron does that electron appear. In other words, a particle cannot manifest in reality, that is ordinary space time as we know it, until we observe it. Oh, I love this. What does this mean? It means like what you focus is like the thing that actually exists in your life. So I'm gonna repeat. Well, that's what I understand that it means. Let me see. But only when an observer focuses attention on any location of any on electron does that the electron appear. In other words, a particle cannot manifest in reality. That's it. That's it. Ordinary space-time as we know it until we observe it. So the things they start to exist and manifest until we observe it. So what are you looking at? What are you putting your attention on? Because that's the thing, like is gonna exist in your life. If you are just complaining all the time and just looking at the problems, so what are you gonna have? Can you see that? So let's start to focus on the good things. And how can you do? You can start today. So make a list of all your blessings every day, so you don't forget, like you are very fortunate person and you have a lot of gifts every day. God give us a lot of gifts every day, yes or not? He give us a precious planet where to live. He give us health. What else? Why you feel lucky today? Actually, I like better, like, I don't know, I like better that word, like, why I am lucky today. If you feel like you're lucky, why? Let's see here in the chat. Maybe because I'm smart. Maybe because I have people, because I love myself. That will be the first one. You see? I was about to say because I have people that love myself, and that's not like that's not self-esteem. I gotta think in I am enough, and if I love myself, that's enough. Can we see that? Are you learning something? Yeah, I like this. Okay. So on Monday, we read in Spanish. On Tuesday, we read on English. Don't forget about that. So I think it's like really good, even if you don't speak like well English, this one is gonna help you. So, and it's gonna help me too. That's what I'm doing it. I'm pretty sure like this one is gonna help me to improve my vocabulary, and yours too. Okay, let's see. Quantum physics calls this phenomenon collapse of the wave function, or the observer effect. We now know that the moment the observer looks for an electron, there is a specific point in time and a space when all probabilities of the electron collapse into a physical event. With this discovery, mind and matter can no longer be considered separate. They are intrinsically related because subjective mind produces measurable change on the objective physical world. I like this. Are you beginning to see why this chapter is titled The Quantum You? At the subatomic level, energy responds to your mindful attention. And becomes matter. How would your life change if you learned to direct the observer effect to collapse infinite waves of probability into the reality that you choose? Could you get better at observing the life you want? I love this. What about we start to improve and instead of course that I'm gonna focus in the reality that I want. And I'm gonna start to creating myself, and I'm gonna start to see the good in people instead of the things that I don't like it. I'm gonna start to focus on the good thing. And just remember, like this is like actually science. This is an actually a study. It's not like he's making all this up. And why is he starting like this? Because there is like a infinite like different ways to explain, like you can create your reality by changing your mind. Start to focus on the good things, and guess what? You're gonna change the matter, the reality. An infinite number of possible realities await the observer. So ponder this. Everything in the physical universe is made of subatomic particles, such as electrons. By their very nature, these particles, when they exist as pure potential, are in their wave state. While they are not being observed, they are potentially everything and nothing until they are observed. They exist everywhere and nowhere until they are observed. Thus, everything in your physical reality exists as pure potential. This is awesome, right? If subatomic particles can exist in an infinite number of possible places simultaneously, we are potentially into existence an infinite number of worlds. If you can imagine future events in your life based on any one of your personal desires, that reality already exists as a possibility in the quantum field, waiting to be observed by you. If your mind can influence the appearance of an electron, then theoretically it can influence the appearance of any possibility. Why? Wow, this is like very strong. What can you understand here? Let's see. ¿Alguien me quiere explicar qué entiende acá en el chat, en inglés o en Spanish? Rebeca, las otras son las que usan. Por eso están ahí. Esas las han usado en mis clases y en otras clases.
¿Tienen alta?
Okay, we can talk about it later. Okay. So, ¿alguien quiere hablar? So this is awesome. So this is like, what are you putting your attention on? What I can understand here and what made me even like stop talking is like, if you can see this, you can be the God of your own life. That makes you 100% responsible. When you have this information, it's like very strong because that makes you 100% responsible. No one else. You see? That means that the quantum field contains a reality in which you are healthy, wealthy, and happy, and possess all of the qualities and capabilities of the idealized self that you hold thoughts. Stay with me and you will see that with willful attention, sincere application of new knowledge and repeated daily efforts, you can use your mind as the observer to collapse quantum particles and organize a vast number of subatomic waves of probability into a desired physical event called an experience in your life. Wow. Like clay. The energy of infinite possibilities is shaped by consciousness, your mind, and if all matter is made of energy, it makes sense the conscious mind. In this case, a Newton and Descartes call it an energy matter. According to the quantum model, are so intimately related that they are one mind and matter are completely entangled. Your conscious mind has effect on energy, matter, because your consumption is energy and energy has consciousness. You are powerful enough to influence matter because at the most elementary level, you are energy with a consumption. You are mindful matter. I love this. I'm going to repeat. If you want to write it down, you are powerful enough to influence matter because at the most elementary level, you are energy with a consciousness. You are a mindful matter. I love this. And I like to put the heart in my book when something, it really likes me a lot. I'm going to show you my heart. Can you see? Ay, ay, ay. Qué fuerte, diría la Pau, ¿verdad? In the quantum, I love it.
Tiene toda la razón, o sea, como la energía, por eso dicen que las palabras tienen ese poder, es magia, ¿no? Es la magia en la que nosotros vivimos. Porque en realidad, pues sí, a través de ella tú creas esa conciencia y va todo relacionado, ¿no? O sea, como que la energía tiene conciencia. Wow.
I love it. Sí, me encanta a mí también. Eso nos está dando, tú eres suficientemente fuerte para influenciar tu realidad, porque hasta en la forma más elemental, eres una energía con conciencia.
Así es.
Y tu mente.
Vive tu, o sea, ¿cómo decía hace ratito? Que vivas tus sueños en tu realidad. ¿No?
Me encanta. Dice que como el barro. Vamos a ver, tú lo puedes, dice, ¿cuál es la realidad que quieres? Salud, riqueza, felicidad. Tú eres capaz por idealizar, con ese, para lograr convertirte capacidades que te ayuden a convertir a una persona al role model. Or do you prefer to stay with the people who just make you feel comfortable? What about you change and you start to like going out with people who doesn't make you feel comfortable, but they are going to make you stretch. They're going to make you grow. So I like this. I love it.
Like we said, we are diamonds, and you need to push that rock.
Yeah.
Get that right.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to become a diamond, you have to hold the pressure. Thank you. I love that example. In the quantum model, the physical universe is an immaterial, interconnected, unified field of information, potentially everything but physically, nothing. The quantum universe is just waiting for a conscious observer, you or me, to come along and influence energy in the form of potential matter by using the mind and consciousness. It really makes me feel to tell you which one is your reality. Because if I don't create my own reality, and if I live because for what other people think that I should live, so which one is the people that you have around you? Exactly, my dear Dora. So you are gonna, what the bleep are we? I'm gonna watch it. Thank you. So what does this mean? If you hang out with people like they told you, oh, you're not good for that, or they laugh about yourself, if you believe them, you are letting other people to tell you what can you do? You know what I meant? And other people who tell you, oh, you cannot do that. Moms do that. Moms can do whatever they want. Yes or not?
Yeah, we are giving to them power.
Exactly. You are giving away all your power. Thank you. The quantum universe is just waiting for a conscious observer, you or me, to come along and influence energy in the form of potential matter by using the mind and consciousness, which are themselves energy, to make waves of energetic probabilities coalesce into physical matter, just as the wave of possibility of the electron manifests as a particle within a specific momentary event. We, as observers, can use a particle of groups of particles to manifest physical. Oh, thank you, Capi. Okay, let me take a picture. Oh, I can write it down. Okay. This is crucial to understanding how you can use an effect or make a change in your life. when you learn how to sharpen your skills of observation to intentionally affect your destiny, you are well on your way toward living the ideal version of you in your life by becoming the idealized version of yourself. Qué fuerte, ¿verdad? Está buenísimo. We are connected to everything in the quantum field. Like everything else in the universe, we are, in a sense, connected to a sea of information in a dimension beyond physical space and time. And I do believe this a lot. You know, because when you are around people, you can feel their energy, yes or not? You can feel if they're anxious, if they are nervous, if they are, you can feel it. Even dogs can feel it. Even horses can feel it. If you're scared, guess what? If you are scared and you get...
Classic, but it's so true. And that happens too with the humans, right?
Yeah.
We can feel the energy of the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe even the spiders, they can feel if you're scared of them. That's why they want to bite you. That's not true. Spiders don't want to bite you. But there is some people like they are really scared of the spiders.
But the spiders, actually, they bite.
They do, but I mean, how many times a spider bite you in your life?
As a kid, I remember.
Oh, yeah?
I used to have spider.
I don't think it never one spider bite me. Just ants.
Oh,
A
man.
lot.
Yeah, me too. The red ants, that hurts.
Yeah. Un segundo. Mi compu casi muere. Okay, let's continue. Okay, we don't need to be touching or even to any physical elements in the quantum field to affect or be affected by them. The physical body is organized patterns of energy and information, which is unified with everything in the quantum field. You, like all of us, broadcast a distinct energy pattern or signature. In fact, this one it makes me think, you remember what in the other book, like we're reading on Tuesday, they say like, he said like sometimes you can maybe meet someone, but these people, they go away from you because your energy, and this is what the author is telling us here, you, like all of us, broadcast a distinct energy pattern or signature. In fact, everything material is always emitting specific patterns of energy, and this energy carries information. Your fluctuating states of mind, consciously or unconsciously. So what it said, what I can understand here. So if you have some type of energy, maybe you are gonna meet that person like you want as a couple, like that perfect guy who's like romantic, who's like a gentleman, but he's not gonna appear in your life if you are in like a different type of energy. So you want a guy who's like with a lot of energy, proactive, but if you're lazy, what type of energy do you have? Or if you are angry, You want a guy who's not cranky, but you are cranky all the time and you hate everyone, and you are that type of people, like they wake up and they say, when somebody tells them good morning, they say, what they have of good? There is no good on the day. There are some people like they answer you like that. ¿Qué tienen de buenos? ¿Verdad que sí dicen? ¿Qué tienen de buenos? So you are going to attract people with your energy. So you see, don't worry about other people energy. You have to worry, or not even worry, you have to enjoy yourself. Start to enjoy yourself, enjoy life, being positive, and you're going to start another thing, working in yourself too. You have to study, you have to grow, you have to learn, you have to read books, you have to challenge yourself. Why? Because the world is changing, and if you don't change and if you don't grow, it's like a tree. What happened with the tree doesn't stop growing? Who knows?
It dies.
It dies. When something stop growing, it dies. That's why it's so important for us to work in ourselves, because our mind needs water every day. Like our physical body, our mind needs, and our spirit too. It needs full. It needs to be full every day. Okay, let's continue. And the quantum field are interconnected is through the concept of quantum entanglement, or quantum non-local connection. Essentially, once two particles can be initially linked in some way, they will always be bonded together beyond space and time. This is strong. You know what? Like I read someone, or I saw in one documental about DNA. Like they say, like when you touch somebody's hands like this, you both. So just when I think of that, I think like how it can be strong, the sex, because it's simple. Like when you touch somebody's hands, you make a connection with them, and you are, like the book says, you are linked through life, and you have like a bunch of particles here in your hand, like atoms, and you have like a skin, like it dies every day, and you change, and you have like new atoms, and your body. I always tell my kids, like, you're magic. Your body is magic, because your body heals itself. If you try to break one, if you break one table, and if you make one scratch in one table, guess what? The table is not going to repair itself. But we do have that magic of God in us. And what can you do? You have to work in your faith so you can make miracles too. And you have to believe in yourself. And I want to stop and I want to say thank you, because here there is like some people, like they don't really speak any English, but they are like here and they want to learn. And that's like very, very, very awesome. And they deserve an applause and a heart too. Okay. What we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. Lo que hagas a los demás, te lo haces a ti mismo. Y hay un dicho que dice que cuando tiene mala palabra, ¿lo digo? Ok, dice que el que tira mierda siempre se va a embarrar la mano. Y eso es cierto. Pues los dichos que nos decían las abuelitas, ¿verdad? Pero aquí nos lo están diciendo más bonito, pero a veces como que te hace venir y te hace pensar y parar, como pues nadie quiere estar embarrado, ¿sí o no? Nadie quiere tener las manos sucias de excremento, pero cuando tú se lo tiras a alguien, te lo estás haciendo a ti mismo, y es lo que dice acá el libro, solo que con otras palabras. What we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. Implication concept, then you would have to agree that the you that exists in a probably future is already connected to the you in this now. In a dimensional beyond this time and space, stay tuned. By the end of this book, that idea just might seem normal to you. Weird science. Can we affect the past? That's what we talked yesterday. You remember, Naya? You say by changing the present.
You change the past and the future.
Yeah, and look, here's where we are gonna talk right now about that. Weird science. Can we affect the past? Since we are all interconnected across distance and time, does this suggest that our thoughts and feelings can influence events in our past as well as those we desire in our future? In July 2000, the Israeli Dr. Leonard Leibovitz conducted a double-blind, randomized controlled trial involving 3,393 hospital patients, divided into a control group and an intersection group. He set out to see whatever prayer could have an effect on their condition. Prayer experiments are great examples of mind affecting matter as a distance. But stay with me. Stay with me here, because everything is not always what it seems. I like this. Leibovitz, I don't know how do you spell his name, selected patient who had suffered sepsis and infection while hospitals. He randomly designated half the patient to have prayers said for them, while the other half were not prayed for. He compared the results in three categories: how long fever lasted, length of hospital stay, and how many died as a result of the infection. Wow. Sí, sorry, Claudia. Tengo que, como estoy en un lugar más lejos, no hay como muy buen internet. Sorry about that. I know. I know. I wasn't in the new one, but it didn't work, so I have to move here. But I'm gonna fix it. Don't worry. Okay. The prayer for benefit from an earlier decrease in fever and a shorter hospitalization time. The difference in the number of deaths among the prayed for and not prayed for groups was not statistically significant or thought, better in the Pray It For group. That's a powerful demonstration of the benefits of prayer and how we can send an intention out into the quantum field through our thoughts and feeling. I want to stop here because this is like, you don't really need to pray for someone to send him a good vibes. And you don't have to say curses against someone to send him hate. Can you see that? How strong it is? How you can actually do a bad to someone without even want it, and you can do someone without even want it too, just with a thought. So that's how powerful you are. But what does teach us to? So it teach me to take responsibility about my thinking. I gotta think better when I think about other people. That's one. And number two, how powerful I am. Not only improve my life. When was the last time like you prayed with the people in the hospitals? Something that I like about my grandma is like she prays every day and she say, God, please help all the people in the hospital. God, please help all the people in the jails. Sometimes we forget about those people, right? And like it says here, we are all connected. We are all one. However, there is one additional element to this story that you should know, about. Did it strike you as slightly odd that in July 2000, a hospital will have more than 3,000 cases of an infection at once? What is a very poorly sterilized place? Or was some kind of contagion running rampant? Actually, those who were praying weren't praying for patients who were infected in 2000. Instead, unbeknownst to them, they were praying for lists of people who had been in the hospital from 1990 to 1996, 4 to 10 years prior to the experiment. The pray for patient actually got better during the 1990 from the experiment conducted a year later. Let me say this in another way. The patients who were prayed in 2000 all show measurable changes in health, but those changes took effect years before. Wow, qué fuerte. A statistical analysis of this experiment proved that these effects were far beyond coincidence. This demonstrates that our intention, our thoughts and feeling, and our prayers not only affect our present or future, but they can actually affect our past as well. So this is awesome, right? So you can pray today for your health, like this is awesome. If you have someone in your family who's sick, you can pray today for them, and it's going to affect them in the past. You can pray for them in the past so they don't get sick, or they don't get that sick in the future. That's what he's saying. Now, this leads to the question: if you were to pray or focus on an intention for a better life for yourself, could it affect your past, present, and future? The quantum law says that all potentially exists simultaneously, or thinking and our feeling apart affect all aspects of life beyond both space and time. Our state of being or state of mind, when mind and body are one. Oh, this is like another title, but I mean, I love read to this book because they make you think. And that what to me it make my sharp. This is being or a state of mind. For example, we could say that how you think and how you feel create a state of being. You know why I think maybe I'm going to leave it here because se está cortando mucho, ¿verdad? Si no nos perdemos. Y almost 18, and it says our state of being, our state of mind, when mind and body are one. Okay, so let's see. Thank you everyone for being here. And I don't want to leave. Voy a sacar una cartita de Los Ángeles. Me voy a comprar otros. Ay, ¿cómo se llaman estos? Se me olvidó el nombre. ¿Cómo?
Oráculos.
Oráculos. Me voy a comprar otros oráculos. Los estoy arreglando para no hacer cheating. So, recuérdate, si no nos sigues en las redes, síguenos en Facebook, en Instagram. ¡Yay! Muy bien, vamos a ver. Ay, 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 gracias. Gracias por este maravilloso martes. Gracias, mi Capi. A ver, qué nervios. Wow. Equilibrio.
También hemos regalado ayer, ¿no?
Uh-huh. Exacto. So, ¿qué quiere decir eso? Dale tiempo a lo que es importante. Y no les voy a leer lo que dice, pero les voy a decir algo que lo dijo, que a veces cuando vas detrás de tus sueños en la vida te vas a topar con break hearts. Entonces, a él literalmente dice que yendo detrás de sus sueños se topó con un break heart, que le dio un paro cardíaco. Entonces, ¿qué significa eso? Que tienes que tener un equilibrio en tu vida porque no puedes ayudar a nadie si estás muerto. no te vas a ayudar a ti mismo, ni vas a ayudar a nadie si estás muerto. ¿Qué significa? Lo que estamos haciendo ahorita, dándonos un tiempo para alimentar nuestra mente, nuestro cerebro. Ahora, ¿cuáles son tus responsabilidades en la vida? Porque recuérdate que aunque nosotros tengamos la iniciativa de venir aquí y compartir lectura contigo, es tú la persona responsable de tus sueños, de tu vida, y la persona de cuidarte eres voy a conectar con Dios, con la divinidad. 15 minutos de oración, cambiar la queja por agradecimiento. So, es lo que significa esta carta, equilibrio. Y esto también implica aprender a decir no. No a las cosas que no me van a dejar crecer. Es que una persona exitosa es una persona selectiva. Una persona que sabe decir no. Que sí les va a servir para el crecimiento, que sí les va a servir para alimentar su amor propio. Eso es lo que tú requieres hacer. Ponerle atención a las cosas que realmente son importantes. Muy bien, entonces lo vamos a terminar acá. Les mando un abrazo. Gracias por estar acá. Disculpen por si se cortó un poco. Vamos a trabajar. Así es, mi querida Dora. Un corazón agradecido es un corazón bendecido y que está abierto a recibir todas las bendiciones. So, muchísimas gracias. Un beso, un abrazo y gracias siempre por escucharnos. Bye, bye.